sooner or later. I am absolutely excited that Madalina is here. Yeah, it's still setting up.
Just wondering, what do I see? Oh, okay.
We are on. We are live. We are live. Okay. Greetings.
Greetings, Roma. Nice to see you.
Absolutely. It's magical to continue being connected with you, Madalina, and our own growth and awareness, and do it together as well. So welcome, everyone. Whoever is going to watch it now, later on in a year or 10 years, it doesn't matter. There is no really time. We trust that this life will be a sign for you to tune in deeper into your power, into your magic, into your truth. We trust that this life will support you to tune into your self-healing, beautiful vessel that we are, and understand deeply that through this vessel, we're actually anchoring that bold and profound light, correct? So yes, thank you for everyone that's being here, and appreciate obviously your likes, your comments, and even your questions. Because I feel like probably Madalina and I not going to be doing it. This is our first time live, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yet I feel like it's not going to be last, because I love the things that she brings up, even sometimes on our calls or just brainstorming. And she shared on WhatsApp with me, like, hey, it's so interesting. I would love to like go deeper and talk about like this negative bias. That's the title of our life, bold or powerful transformation in our negative bias. And why is it so easy to focus on the things that are not working, that are constantly misaligned, that feel negative or feel dense? Why is it so easy to focus on our victimhood, on our pain, on our ego, being that suffering as well, or being right, correct, and having to fight all the time for yourself. Why is it so easy? So here's our theme today, and we'll share whatever we're actually going through ourselves and whatever we're experiencing and how we are alchemizing it all. And again, we trust that's going to support as a minimum few of you. So here's, I celebrate already all of our collective, not only personal expansion and growth, and moving into a different dimension. Madalina has a beautiful channel, Madalina Frequencies of Love.
Yes.
Yes.
I've started this channel about a year ago and growing, and I'm excited to be here to share my truth, to share my journey from person to presence, from person to awareness, the growth and what I've been through myself along the years, but how I gained knowledge of myself, because this is what I want to share. I want to share all that I've learned, all that I've experienced, and how I moved from the seeing the negative in my life to seeing all the blessings. And I want to help people to do it as well, because this is what we are here for. We are here to grow. We are here to discover who we are, and to empower as many people to do the same. For me, this is the purpose of my life, and I am willing to do everything to help as many people as they are ready for this.
Yeah,
and I'm sure now people are shifting more and more into this. So yes, I'm excited to be here with you, Roma. Roma has been my mentor for nearly a year and a half now. So Roma helped me to go through some of my blind spots. I wasn't able to see certain things, and she has really supported this journey. And ever since I know her, it's been incredible. And thank you, Roma, for all of that.
Yo, I am so grateful. Thank you for you, and thank you for even mentioning that. You don't have to, because that's really you kind of brought up now that beautiful vision of how we support and influence each other, and how we literally walk each other home. And for me, okay, I don't want to cry yet, something is coming. Yeah, for me to see how deeply and beautifully, let's say, you dive into your own depth, into your own shadows, and unconditional love, and if how easily you invest, even like time wise, it doesn't matter, energy exchange, money wise, like you're always ready. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go, and then you are that lighthouse. You keep rippling that. And I feel that's, again, you correct. That's what we all came here for. And some of us are walking this experience, a little bit longer, and some of us catching up. Yet right now, with these energies, is not going to be matter. Something that took me from 2012. People that right now that are ready, they can fully tune in. I feel like instantly, and really heal themselves much, much, much faster, because everything is quickening. And the 2025 correct year of snake. It's so funny. I didn't even pay attention that I put the shirt, and yet I was like, oh, okay, that's funny, the snake, and I'm doing live today.
The
And
year of wisdom and intuition,
yeah, yeah, and
growth. We talked about that.
transformation. Yeah, absolutely, full on transformation. We stepped into Aquarius as well. And Aquarius is not anymore. I have an amazing Instagram channel. Everybody, if you wanna follow, that's my kind of biggest community, Quantum Living Lifestyle. I shared recently again that at this point, Earth is not begging us or inviting us or asking us, is almost demanding us to shop fully and stop playing small, and really look into the mask that we've been wearing, the victim character and personalities that we're playing, and where we're not really taking our power back, because our emotional body, the way we feel about ourselves and the world, the way our nervous system is relaxed or not, it has everything to do with our mental body, the way we're gonna think clearly, see the depth of it, see multiple perspectives, and so on. And that literally ties into our physical health as well.
Yes.
And it's all connected. We've been looking at bodies as mechanical separate parts, and it's so not. It works as a wholeness. So let's dive into. We're not gonna stay here too long today. I feel
Yeah.
like, because we're both have kind of. I have a couple appointments, Madalena too, and for first time, it's going to be enough. Let's tap in, right?
Yes.
Yes, and obviously, if whoever is going to watch it, please comment. If you like it, if you don't like it, what would you like us to talk about? Maybe you heard something that resonates. Maybe you heard something that it feels like bullshit to you, right? Like it doesn't resonate. What are they talking about? I am always open, fully all feedback. Feedback is such a beautiful mirror. If the feedback is negative, as we would say, although there is no negative feedback, it's a beautiful check-in for Roma if she needs the validation from outside, if she is speaking her own truth, really, if she is aligned with what she's doing. And I am grateful even for some nasty words. If you feel like, really, it's a yin yang, the past duality, like it's all working out just the way it's supposed to work out anyway. So, Madalena, let's dive into, I say, that profound transformation that is happening right now, and why some of us, right, are still heavily stuck on these negative patterns, choosing negative options, negative thoughts. And again, in quantum field, there's no really negative or positive. Everything is neutral. Yet we're speaking from a place of humaning.
Yeah.
There is no word humaning yet. Humaning, right? The denser energies, something that spirals you down, rather consciousness, you can spiral up. Why is it so easy to get locked in onto someone that hurt you 10 years ago, and you're still grieving about it, and you're still angry about it? Why is it so easy to see the world? And obviously there is so much going on. The old world is collapsing, hence there is a lot. Yes, a lot. Yet why is it so easy to see right off the bat that it's all bad? Rather, hey, wait a second, what is it showing me? Hey, could it be just the screen? Hey, what am I not seeing? Why is it so easy as well to kind of usually play small and give up on yourself, right? Rather stepping in. fully and unconditionally into and really go for whatever you want and align with it. Why is it so easy to project and rather yell at the husband or break out on the child versus it's your own trigger, right? So my interpretation and what I've seen and the way my quantum living lifestyle coaching even went, we're always checked in with everyone. What is the payoff? What is the payoff for this ego? Because ego is not a bad guy, not a bad girl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a helicopter mommy. You can call it toxic mommy that really is thinking that it's doing everything best to protect you.
Yeah.
When the programming came onto us, well, it got imprinted in our DNA. And again, the new information never imprints in your DNA without the emotional charge, without the feeling, without the experience. That's why we get to step into the experiences to comprehend and understand the knowledge that we're carrying it. Easiest example is always how many of us know how to live healthy lives, to lead healthier lives, to eat healthier. How many of us really do, right? How many of us really know how to tap into better wealth? Yet the knowledge is here and it's not in the body. It's not imprinted in the body because there was no experience. Hence, again, people just keep taking steps and are not afraid of failure. They always succeed. So and life takes them beautiful places because you imprint the information in your DNA only through experience, not through here. So as imprinting of old programs and old paradigms and traumas happened with that emotional charge of ours, right? We only see the world through kind of this lens. The shorter lens, and we're playing this character as our ego that is attached to the creation, yet not the creator, right? Our ego is attached to everything that is a creation, forgetting absolutely that the ego is the creator. And rather, when you awaken and tune in and anchor more of your higher selves, right? The multidimensional, you can go all the way through the 16th, 17th, 18th dimension, wherever you want to. Yet you start seeing the world through the eye of the creator.
Yes.
Hence, you don't attach, and then you see the many possibilities. And you can still go in human if you want to. You can still go into victim mode for a few days if you want, well, months. It's up to you, absolutely. Yet you fully, beautifully see the choices, and mostly you will be able to choose your own creation and focus on the creating what you want to experience, rather, again, being attached, having to have validation only of like, oh, it's already created and it wasn't me and all this stuff. So the payoffs are to stay safe and to stay protective, because these traumas that happened to us happened in our childhood. We got programmed up to 12-year-old, basically. Let's say this, up to 12-year-old, a full program is on, 7, yet 12, I will say. And then we start consciously developing and kind of choosing what we really are, what we see, and so on. Before, it's all programming, and our energetical fields of our parents, their fears as their talents, of course. Their anger and their pain as their beautiful kindness and love as well.
Yeah.
So let's not totally put it on them, because they got it as well from there, and then our grandparents got it, and then great grandparents got it. So let's see, what are we protecting here? We are usually protecting that little Roma, little Madalina,
Yes.
correct, of not getting hurt again, being enough again, trying to validate through the world, being enough. And the funny thing is, I always have the saying in a lot of coaching calls, when people start kind of, has a not resistance towards what I'm sharing, or sharing the projection, what do you call it, the perspective, yeah. My fast and my 3 days were very different, so I'm like a little different today as well, yet I love it. My perspective, a lot of them are going to start fighting for their limitations and holding on to the past. But she hurt me, but he did this to me. Why? Because it actually supports them, again, to validate, to justify why their life is as it is.
Yeah.
And that protects the little ego. I don't need to take responsibility. So there's few grungies, as I call it, right? Not wanting to take responsibility fully for your own creation right now.
Yeah.
You're going to only be attached to what is happening. You're going to disattach yourself from the creator, as you are a creator, and you're going to just point and blame all the creation around you that the world is doing it to you. So no wanting to take responsibility, fear of failure, playing big, stepping into big shoes, stepping into big dreams, showing up for yourself fully, like, really like, okay, I'm declaring and committing to my own self, body, physically, emotionally, mentally, career-wise, right? Like creating whatever experiences you want. We're afraid of how it's going to look. What if you fail, right? Now, if you never started it, here is a good excuse just to stay in the same place. And then imagine that as well. You can pinpoint into well, I'm not doing this because I don't trust myself, because my mother never gave me confidence, because my husband does this and that on the side. Here you go, me. I'm not having a beautiful relationship with the next one, because that's my experience. That was my experience. So again, not fully stepping in and playing small, being afraid to fail. What if I play big? What happens? Taking responsibility, attention, and sympathy. So many of us have no idea what is unconditional love, never had it, never had a full intimate attention and intimacy. I'm not talking sexually. I'm talking intimacy between mother and daughter, mother and the father, mother and son, two sisters, meaning being into me, you see. Into me, you see. For me to see into you, I gotta see into me fully, meaning our connection and conversations and friendship is purely built on the basis of vulnerability, honesty, and authenticity. All right.
The way you said it is so, so, so powerful, because I think letting go of this identity with we are just the body or we are just our mind, it's what stops people to grow and to see that there is another way actually. And whatever the past was for us, yes, there were lessons, there were challenges. We don't have to keep bringing them into the present, and we just make peace with the past, and we see what is good in this moment. It may be just something very little in our life that it goes well, but if you keep focusing on what you actually have good in your life, the more you do it, the more you can change these brain neuropaths from the negativity into the positive state, because the psychologists have proved that our brains have this negativity bias, which means there is the tendency for people to focus on the negative things rather than on the positive ones. But if we go deeper and we study a little bit ourselves, we can actually change, and we can change how we can think, and we can see the bigger picture, because we are not just a body and a mind. I think we are much greater than that. But that can happen through reflection, to compassion, to, for me, was making peace with whatever lessons the past had for me. And this is where I started to change and to grow. Until I did that, and until I made peace with the past, there was no growth, no courage to come and speak about it. But once I did that, I was able to be freely talking about it. And I feel that my journey can help others too. And yes, keep focusing on what is positive in your life. Make it a habit. break the past through new habits. Always try something new. Write in a journal every day what is good in your life, what is your focus, what would you like to bring better in your life. And as you sow, so you shall reap. Is what you plant today is gonna be tomorrow's future. Although I don't believe in the tomorrow, because tomorrow when it's coming is today. So there is no
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we're already calling it in. We're
Yes.
calling it in, and tomorrow is going to be another now.
Yes.
And yesterday was another now. And
So
day
we
before
have,
was another now. Yeah.
yeah. Yes. So letting go of the small me can actually reveal what you really are, and you don't have to hold on the past. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love it.
my message for the people is to embrace themselves, to believe more in themselves, to find the good in their life, and to focus on that.
Beautiful. And again, only through your experience, like as it says, you cannot teach child with words. They gotta see that an example. So the same us. And really, I am honored to witness your unfolding and your journey and your growth. And I've been in my own pains at times, and family is usually the thing that starts healing the last, basically, because it's the most deep. That's literally where the traumas and the programming and the pain started, and was given to us per se. And then if you keep dragging that past into the now, into the future, meaning you're not accepting to what happened. You beautifully shared, I accepted all the lessons. If you didn't, there is no way for you to build a different future. No matter, it might look in a bigger house, and might look the pains, the relationships, the things that were not working will still not work for us. So thank you, Madalena, for reminding us of that. Hey, how if you're bringing the past into the now, you will definitely drag it into the future. There is no questions asked, and you surrendering to the lessons that you had and to what is. Without this, yeah, it's definitely not. We're not moving forward, really. So that's absolutely beautiful. Structure of the day. Little rituals, as Madalena just mentioned. All my Quantum Living Lifestyle Tribe journals. In fact, if you don't know where to start to journal, to do a little shadow work, go on to quantumlivinglifestyle.com library. I have like tons of free PDFs. They're prepared for you. Prompts for journal in the AM, prompts for journal in the PM. The body being balanced structure for emotional, mental, and physical bodies, how you bring them together. Prompts for beautiful shadow work, questions that you get to look at the mirror and ask yourself. And really, yeah, digging there, like, why is that tendency for me to still be so sad about something that happened in the past? And then ask yourself, am I afraid to take responsibility? Do I still want attention and sympathy? Because as a lot of us didn't get it. A lot of times when we were playing in the victimhood town, we simply want the sympathy and attention.
Yes.
And these little Roma or little Madalena are still like feeling not seen. And we all came here to feel seen, to be heard, and to be unconditionally loved. That's it. That's like every single, no matter the title, no matter like if you're a criminal or you're saint, no matter what, we're all literally only want that. And that's absolutely beautiful. And more we look out for outside validation, more we're going to keep reaching for, to fulfill ourselves with the outside, the less and less is going to continue to work. And this is really the year of everyone taking their lives
In their
in
hands.
charge, in their hands, yeah, and being the captains of that boat. So yes to journaling, yes to finding gratitude every rising, yes to appreciating your day in the evening, to no matter what happened, even appreciating the lesson or the sadness, it means it had to come up. It was there.
Yes.
Every time we are triggered or we are sad, I'm literally, if I'm allowing it all, I'm tapping into more potential for me. I'm tapping into more freedom for me, more groundedness, more ease for me. It's amazing. And what you said about psychology and our brain tend to focusing on to negative bias, I call it a paradigm blindness. And again, that's literally what comes out of programming the same. Because as we're here in these physical bodies, and for eons, we lived in a very dense energies, right, 1,000 of years, and we played these characters that were only attached to the creation, meaning only attached to the small me and rather the higher. So I invite everyone to start bringing their higher selves into this vessel. And if you have any questions, and I trust it's supported, remember again, ego is you don't need to kill it. Okay, you gotta make it your tool, because it is fun for me to show up in the gym, because it's fun for me to feel good and have this great body, and my balanced ego supports me to get there.
Yes.
And so again, it sits in the back seat. It can even support you time to time. 144, what a beautiful timing in between here right now. But we're definitely tuning into these energies. So it doesn't need to be killed or anything. It gets to be understood and loved. It gets to be seen as well. And then you're easy going to see, am I begging for attention? Is my needy energy because I'm afraid to show up for myself because I'm afraid to take a commitment for myself, right? Because I'm afraid to take responsibility for myself. And ask these deeper questions, see what comes up, sit with it, and then continue overriding it all the time with, again, little rituals, as Madalena said.
Through presence, through awareness, the ego is being dissolved. For me, it took a few years. For some people, it can happen just like that. The more you shine in the light of awareness and consciousness on whatever patterns of thinking you have, the more the ego will dissolve, and yes, you discover who you truly are.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I feel like in my experience, there's layers and layers and layers of that illumination and bringing that light in. So I felt like I had an out-of-body experience, and it was craziest ever. I thought I'm on the floor for 2 hours, and yet I was for 8 hours there. And I walk in astral in the things I saw, and it was so interesting because I literally saw all of my life. I saw this little Romuta validating, fighting for truth and fighting to be seen. And it was so sad because suddenly I was like, oh, shoot, I really felt, I was like, this is such an illusion, like this is illusion. And then I cried. Like I couldn't open my eyes tomorrow. Then I laughed hysterically for hours. And again, I'm saying for hours because there was no time really for me. Yet it happened around 10, and I got up from the floor at around 5. I didn't even know that I'm out. You get it? So yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. I was chanting for hours and doing some meditations, and yeah, and so that ego death was really was so clear. Yet my body, the way I respond versus react, the more possibilities I see, the depth of my triggers that are, had still to peel off the layers because my nervous system and my body has the traumas stored. So that's where we're really overriding, and that's why it gets to be a lifestyle, as Madalena says as well. Yet the comprehension and the knowledge, we just can come in like this. Absolutely. Again, that's my interpretation. Yes, Madalena, anything else you would like to share? Maybe your channel, whatever you would like, and we'll wrap it up.
Madalena Frequencies of Love. I've got a website as well where I aim to hold a space to help others to find love from within. because discovering self-love, it's empowering and it can transform you literally. That's what we are essentially. And I would like to help as many as possible and hold the space for whoever feels called for that.
Wow. I love it as we're all awakened from our illusion in the dream. And so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank
As well
you.
for me, I will close this call with some audible affirmations. So who never want to do that, stay here as well. Yet before quantumlivinglifestyle.com, as I said, I am available, not probably next 2 weeks for calls one-on-one. You can always book one call with me. Yet I'm traveling a little bit, so check the calendar. And I still have right now 2 slots for VIP that I usually coach yearly. So one finished, one was open. So there are 2 slots as well. If anybody is interested, you can read about all the coaching possibilities on the website. And yeah, Instagram is my bang. Who has Facebook, please utilize Facebook. I'm there as well as Roma Shimpute and Quantum Living Lifestyle. I did start, in fact, Lithuanian page as well, because I've been visiting and staying actually longer in Lithuania, and I felt called to do so. And obviously our YouTube channels are here, and we're going to make it to another one. I feel like there will be a second for sure. Might be on her channel, the third might be on mine. So we'll go with the flow as we feel aligned, and as actually we feel like we have value to share at that moment. So I invite everyone to tune in into their beautiful hearts. So maybe you can close your eyes. You don't have to simply notice, acknowledge your heart space, see how expanded or contracted that is, no matter what. Surrender to all of it right now. And let's affirm that my higher self is always in control. And I fully trust this process. As I learn and practice to master, to listen, to hear my intuition, to see the signs of my higher self through the synchronicity, to love my body unconditionally. This journey unfolds into my highest timeline, into my most beautiful vision. And so be it, and so it is. And on the top of it, that's happening for the collective, and we already celebrate our beautiful collective, cosmic beings, to uniting not only within themselves, and as we unite within ourselves, right? That's literally what we ripple, the union of this beautiful masculine, feminine, and our inner child. We do live in a trinity, so let's celebrate our collective for healing themselves and being such a beautiful, magical light. And so it is, and so be it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Roma. Thank you, everyone who will see this now or later on.
Absolutely. Magical day, and
have a great day.
Honor to be in your awareness. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon.